Welcome to the Other 99% podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Duck, a coffee-loving direct sales enthusiast who's obsessed with a good digital system. Come join me for a realistic look into the world of direct sales. We'll explore inspiring perspectives, learn about unique business tips, and celebrate success stories that often go untold. Because on the Other 99%, every seller matters. Hey everyone, it is me, Lisa, and welcome back to another episode of the Other 99%. I am so excited to have a friend of mine here with me, Anita. I'm going to jump over to you, Anita. I just want you to tell the listeners who you are, what you do, and anything you want to share.
Thank you. Well, Lisa, first off, it has been such a pleasure to get to know you. You're just brilliant. You have so many great ideas and you inspire me every day. So thank you for that. I
Thank
appreciate you. And so my name is Anita. And so I was a little backstory, right? I was that mom with raising my children. I was a stay-at-home mom. I was a soccer mom, the room mom, the baseball mom. And I spent like 20 years caring for and taking care of others and helping, them collaborate and find solutions to problems. And I spent all of that time building everybody up. And, that's what we do, right? When we get that title mom, that is our job. And so what happened is, well, I crushed that job, but my kids grew up. And I was like, oh no, now what? What is my purpose? What am I going to do? So I was facing that empty nest and I knew I needed something. I needed to find something just a little bit for me. So I went from mom to caretaker for my mom and then to leader. And as I continue to inspire, collaborate, and work with others to help them find that belief in themselves, because, that is like my big goal, to help you believe in yourself, because I really lacked that belief before I started in this industry. And so then I came across this current job that I have in my current company, and it helped me grow my creativity, my personal growth, and just my development as a whole, as a leader. And so I'm just really excited though, because I've been able to use this position as my full-time income. And I get to be at home now. I get to be a stay-at-home dog mom now. How many have you have made that post? I just want to be a stay-at-home dog mom, or what do I want to do? So that's kind of where we've come in this. So I do have, two adult children. I've done this business from before cell phones, before where we were just going door to door, pushing the stroller, trying to sell products. So I've been through a lot and a lot of different stages. And I think, as we grow in this business, as times change, how we run our business is going to change as well.
What company are you with?
I'm with Color Street. So I was blessed to join the company. I've been with them for 7 years and I came on right before we launched.
Awesome. Yeah. So
yes.
I'm assuming that you're of course, an upper leader and, you have a big team and, you're not the typical guest that we would have on the Other 99% podcast, but I thought you were the perfect guest to have on the Other 99% podcast, because I feel that you and I could just provide so much insight to people right now, because we know we both have teams and our teams are struggling. Everybody in the industry is struggling right now because things just aren't the same. People are struggling getting parties. Virtual things aren't the way they used to be. Things are just a little bit tougher. So I know you were mentioning that you listened to a podcast recently, and that's what sparked me asking you this question. So, what can the average direct sellers, the one of the other 99%, do right now in their business that will help them succeed, help them do the business the way they want to do it?
Great question too. And one thing is, I was listening to a podcast, right? And you have this wonderful podcast. Personal development is huge. And we just really need to keep feeding our minds and staying super focused on being in a growth mindset and being coachable and being open to what we learn and hear. And one thing got from this podcast, and I'll send you the link of it. It was really good. It was from The Art of Manliness, but
Mhm.
it was talking about doing actions, doing things that edify you, that make you feel good about yourself, that you know you're good at, and that you want to strengthen, or that not necessarily that you want to strengthen, that you know you're good at these things. And when you're feeling a little bit down or a little bit defeated, go and do something to edify you. It might even be outside of the sales realm of, paying yourself first, but it might be volunteering for something. Or like what fills my cup is training and getting on a coaching call with somebody. And I firmly believe we are all leaders. It doesn't matter. Leadership is not a title. Leadership is not having a team.
Mhm.
Leadership is guiding and helping a sideline sister or a friend, and being able to guide and encourage and inspire. One word that, and I'll talk about this a little bit later, but we'll hear people say, how do I motivate my team to work?
Mhm.
And I don't think we can motivate a team to work. We can't. We can inspire them and show them ways to, show you ways to grow your business, to edify yourself, to get better. A fun analogy that I have is that, my boys played baseball growing up, and we went to endless personal coaches, and you would get some hitting coaches that will just, get the boy and get my son in the batter's box and then just change everything about their swings, change their stance, change, their little ticks that they do before they go up to bat or whatever. They want to change everything. And then you have the coaches who get your child in the batter's box, watch them swing, watch them work, and then make adjustments to what they already know and do well. And I feel like that is really important for you to do in your business too. I think oftentimes we watch somebody else, we're in the, age of social media, right? So we're comparing, and comparison, comparing is the thief of confidence. I know you probably thought I was going to say joy. Comparison is the thief of confidence. You can really look at what other people are doing and tear yourself down, or think, I need to do that. I need to get better at that. I need to get better about that. Instead of saying, honestly, what am I good at? And why don't I work on strengthening my strength?
I love that because, and when you were saying that comparison, that is so true, especially on social media, because I have many people that come to me and say, well, look at so and so, how well they're doing. Or, I want to be like so and so. And I said, but you're just seeing the outside facade that they're putting up on the social media. You don't see the amount of hours and the time and the commitment that it takes behind the scenes to get to the level that they're at. They're not just posting this post and making $1,000. Like that doesn't exist. So, I mean, I love that
Mhm.
you bring up that comparison thing because I think many people do get stuck in that for
Yeah.
sure.
And we compare ourselves, who knows where we're at, right? I came into this industry or this business, this company 7 years ago, but I have been in the industry for 29 years. Maybe not all on a leadership level, but you can't compare your beginning to somebody else's, I don't want to say end, but to the middle of someone else's chapter. You just can't do that.
Hmm.
And you don't know what the person has brought into the business. Like I tell my team, we are a melting pot of awesomeness. And I want you guys to know this too, whether you are day one of your job or in this industry with this company, or day, 7 years in, right? You have something to bring to the team, and you need to be confident in what you bring to the team and speak up and bring it, because again, we all have stuff that we bring into the business,
Hmm.
and it doesn't matter how long you've been in this position, but you've been in life for at least 18 years
Yeah.
and you have something to bring and to add value.
Yeah, exactly.
And you need to own that, own it.
And it's so hard for some people who are very new at the business, or, they don't feel that their level qualifies them, let's say, to speak up. But you know what? Everybody has amazing insight into what is working well with their business. So I always say to everybody, like, what's working for you? Like, what what part of your business works well? And how can you use that part of the business to help you grow? Like for me, for example, what works well in my business is I'm strictly online. I know how to build that behind the scenes, maybe not necessarily what you guys see on social media, but I know how to build the connections behind the scenes. I know I don't need to be face to face with somebody else. So I work on those strengths. So it's very important, and I'm sure you'll agree that people, they need to take what they're good at and run with it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right. Exactly. And, personal development is good. Learning new skills is super good. But owning what you are confident in doing is going to give you the confidence, the motivation to step out of your comfort zone and learn a little bit more and say, I own this. And so that's why, going back to like the very initial question, is do something that makes you feel good, makes you feel confident to edify yourself. Go out there and do that. Find that thing. And it does look different. Things have changed online. We've got the whole algorithm thing that seems to be going against us. But one thing doesn't change is you and your like superpower that you have to bring to the table.
For sure. Yeah. That's so good. Now, I do know that you had some very wise words that you wanted to share, a little quote or
Yes. So, and a story. I want to just leave with this food for thought. Okay. Because so many people are like I said earlier in the call, right? How do I motivate them to do this? Or I'm just not motivated. How many times have you not been motivated to do something, to go work out, but you do it anyway?
Mhm.
Right? Or, I'm not motivated to sit down and do whatever with my business today. I just don't feel like it. I just want to, watch my show and play Candy Crush all day today. Well, that's not going to get your business anywhere. It's not going to pay you. I just did hear something on a call too, is what did you do today to make sure you're getting paid?
Mhm.
And I thought that was really good. And, we all hear the terms IPAs, what income producing activity are we going to do? But I really liked, what am I going to do today to make sure I get paid? But so my point is, action creates motivation. So many of us wait to be motivated to take action.
Mhm.
And we've got that transposed, and we need to take action to get motivation. And I have a story. So I have this hummingbird feeder. I just got it. I was so excited. I got it for Mother's Day, and I made my batch of food and let it cool. And I put it out there for my hummingbirds, and I didn't get no hummingbirds came. I was like, do I put a note? And my son's gave it to me. My son's hummingbird feeder. Do I leave a note for him? Say, hey, you know, birds come to this address and come drink out of my hummingbird feeder, because I'm feeling really discouraged. I'm really down. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I have no birds. Do I post? Like, I can't post it on my neighborhood Facebook page. Birds come to my hummingbird feeder. Like, what do I do? There's nothing coming. And then one day, I changed my water again. Not a single drip had been taken out of the last batch of food. But then I changed my water, and then one day I'm sitting here working. I look out my window and there's a hummingbird at my hummingbird feeder. And I was ecstatic. And just seeing that little bit of activity really inspired me to, okay, let's keep going. Let's make sure he has some fresh water again to this week. And it changed my whole mindset just seeing one little hummingbird come visit my feeder.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the action that inspired my got me motivated again to keep making that food. I almost said dog food, but keep making the hummingbird food. So it was just that little bit of action that motivated me.
Yeah. And if you would have stopped, you would have
Mm-hmm.
never seen that one single bird.
Yeah.
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 That's so good.
Yep. And it's just doing that little bit of action. And again, find what makes you feel good about yourself and start there, you guys.
Awesome. Well, I think that is the key note to leave it on, because that's so good, Anita. And I am so thankful that you joined us on the podcast. I think everybody is going to take away a ton of ahas from our episode. And again, thank you for joining us on the other 99%. And we will see you guys soon. Take care.
All right. Thank you.
Hey everyone, it's me, Lisa, and I just wanted to jump in to let you know about my free upcoming boards workshop on Monday, June the 10th. It's going to be all about building your perfect digital business card using boards web pages. Check the info in the show notes for details. Hope to see you there. Hey, thanks so much for taking the time to listen to the podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you would take a minute to rate and review the podcast, I would absolutely love it. And if you know someone who really needs to hear this podcast, please feel free to share it with them. More listeners, the better. And if you know someone who would like to be a guest on the podcast, or you yourself would like to be a guest, be sure to check the link in the show notes or visit lisaduck.com and click Be a Guest. We'll talk to you soon.